Yasu Malaka. Welcome to the Malaka podcast. Your thoughts, part 4.
You don't see this a lot, an angry confrontation between, of all people, a doctor and his patient.
Go to the ER and wait for 9 hours.
Okay, you can get
out of my office.
I will
now.
Jessica Stipe was suffering from a severe case of the flu and waited 1 hour and 15 minutes as her symptoms grew worse.
I made an appointment at 6:30 because I knew
It's
being out of my bed
7:45,
an hour
and
and 45 minutes.
We've already been working on you. We've done a urine test on you. I've seen you.
You came in and said, I'm going to check your pee.
Does that take 3 seconds, you think?
I don't know how long.
Do you want to be seen or not?
I want to go home and get in my bed.
Then fine, get the hell out. Get your money and get the hell out.
I did. But that
See you
right
later.
there is
I'm livid. I'm livid. And it's not even, it's the way he spoke to us that was completely unethical and uncalled for.
Jessica's 16-year-old daughter, Courtney, recorded the drama at an after-hours medical clinic in Gainesville, Florida.
You can get out of her.
Out of my office.
I will
now.
file a complaint with a better business.
Mom, I got it on video, so it doesn't matter.
Go.
What's your daughter? What's her name?
The doctor grabs the phone right out of the daughter's hand.
Give me my phone.
I told him my daughter's a minor and I'm calling the police. I did dial 911 at that time, and he stopped my daughter's recording and threw her phone back down the hallway and cracked her screen.
We do have these witness statements that I know you know about from people who are also there in the doctor's office. They're saying that you were using profanity, not speaking nice to the doctors, threatening the staff.
None of that is true. Like I said, the video is the only real altercation that ever transpired.
Dr. Peter Gallagly says the patient was belligerent and abusive to the office staff. Still, he apologized, saying in a statement, "I regret losing my temper and speaking to the two women in a manner that is not befitting a medical doctor." We showed the video to ER doctor Jake Deutsch.
I think that goes beyond what is considered acceptable in all standards. Certainly losing your temper is one thing, but using profanity and then having an altercation by hitting the phone just shows a total lack of control.
Then fine, get the hell out. Get your money and get the hell out.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I absolutely feel this woman's pain. I've been dealing with a lot of bullshit lately from doctors in the past, let's say 6 months. And yeah, it is absolutely crazy. And don't get me wrong, I know doctors are on a lot of pressure lately. Of course they are. I mean, I can't imagine what they had to go through during COVID. And now, we're sort of post-pandemic, whatever. I don't know if it's still around. I tell people all the time, SARS is still around, okay? And that came out when, 2002? So, I don't know. COVID is just one of those things we just got to... It's still there, People are still wearing masks, for some reason. I don't know. Maybe they're, still planning robberies. Who knows? But, this is no way to treat a patient. Okay, I mean, this was literally the first thing I saw on YouTube. And of course, this is a worst case scenario. Not everybody has to deal with shit like this, but it's crazy. Like, it is so hard to find a good doctor. It really is. I live in the, well, you know what? It used to be a beautiful city. Toronto. I'm just gonna keep it real with you guys right now. It's shit. Like, it's really shit. I mean, take the TTC for example, which is our public transportation. Yeah. I know a lot of cities don't have that. Yeah. We're fortunate, but still, it sucks. It doesn't matter. I mean, you go on there. People use it as a like everything from Airbnb to a restroom. I mean, they don't give a shit. I mean, this isn't the city I've grown up loving all these years, and it's just gotten worse and worse. And you really want to give I mean, the city of Toronto, the benefit of a doubt, although technically we still don't have a mayor, although we just elected a new mayor, good luck to her. I mean, forget it. I mean, she ran years ago or something and lost. And now, I don't know, a lot of people don't like the fact she's going to be in charge. Me personally, I don't give a shit. Whoever's in charge, just do what you got to do to, fix this city here. But one of the main things I can absolutely recommend, besides the lovely TTC, which somehow always gets awards every year, which I like, I'm assuming they bribe them. Do something about regulating good doctors in Toronto, okay? Or just in, all of Ontario, Canada, just everything. Because I'm assuming it's like this in other places, as you can clearly see. I mean, you're watching the video here on YouTube. It's called Video Shows Doctor Throwing Patient Out of Office. Now, again, they mentioned, she could have said some stuff or whatever. Maybe she did, maybe she didn't. Who knows? I mean, but let's just really be honest, guys. If you got a doctor like that, it's probably warranted, I mean, but at the same time, they got to put up with a lot of shit. But still, these are people that have to keep their professionalism, and it's kind of like cops in a sense where you don't want to see these people do bad and, fuck up like this. But yeah, I mean, everyone's got their breaking point, but at the same time, you're paid, a good amount of money and, you're trained for this shit and you got to keep your composure. You really do. You absolutely, you got to keep it together. Okay. You're going to get crazy people in the office. You know how it is. Okay. And like I said, I feel for you doctors. I really do. I honestly do. But at the same time, I mean, it doesn't matter if it's the first patient of the day or, the 1,000th, like everyone is treated the same. And I get it, after a certain, long day, maybe you're at your wit's end, whatever, but it's just no excuse to act like this. And again, this is, a worst case scenario. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie. This is where millennials definitely are, handy here, because someone's taping it. The daughter's helping out the mom there, as she should, of course. And guys like this are exposed, and tough shit. I don't feel sorry for these people. I don't. I'm sorry. I mean, like I said, like I know you have a stressful job and whatever, and believe me, I got a stressful job too sometimes. But at the same time, I don't lose it like this. Okay, you're not supposed to. Okay, don't come to work angry. If you do get angry at work, take a few minutes to, chill, whatever, do what you got to do. But don't take it down on people that are sick, okay? Because we're all feeling it right now. I mean, maybe you get a flu or whatever, or who knows. But, either way, you got to keep your composure. You can't act like this. So, again, I've been doing a few of these, your thoughts podcast segments, and I got to share this. I got to share this once and for all. I mean, I was going to say this for the review of the 300 show, but fuck it. I can't hold the shit anymore, ladies and gentlemen. I can't. It's just, so like I said, I've been dealing with a lot of shit with doctors lately. Me and my last doctor didn't work out. I just felt he just wasn't professional, wasn't picking up phone calls. I talked about in the, I don't know if it was the last one or the one before, but yeah, I mean, the guy literally walked out of the room, didn't come back. I had to go into another room and barge in there, when he was talking to another patient. A lot of people would say, hey, that's fucked up, but I say, hey, tough shit. You barge out of my shit, well, you know what? It carries on to the next person. And doctors don't realize that. Like doctors, I don't know. It's like a scientist thing. I mean, they got to do everything scientific and by the book. You know what? I don't play that shit. Okay? You disrespect me, I'm not going to sit there and take it. Okay? So, knock, knock. Who's there? Me. Why? Because you left the fucking room. That's why. So, and then afterwards, this fucking asshole had the nerve to send me a letter, okay, saying, oh, I don't want you as a patient anymore, blah, 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 whatever. And then, this fucking jerk off, like, I had to literally go to the post office to pick it up and sign for it, whatever. I'm thinking I won like a contest or something, because, you enter contests online or whatever. I'm waiting for something else, and then this guy sends me this like fucking Iliad of a letter. it's just saying certain things like, oh, I'll still be your doctor until, for the next 3 months. And then after that, you got to worry about this, you were this, you were that. And, it's just, like, it's not my job to always respond to your phone calls. First of all, yes, it is. Like, we got a great thing in Canada called OHIP. Okay. And as you can tell by the end of the video here, the guy's like, well, take your money and leave. I mean, the States, if you get shot and go to a hospital, I got news for you. You ain't leaving until you pay the bill. Okay, here we don't got to worry about that shit because I don't know, John Morant. I'm assuming he'll never want to play in Canada because I don't know, we don't have a gun store. But that's a whole fucking thing with that guy. I mean, that guy fucked up twice, fucking twice, 2 times. Okay, so this country's not that bad. What are we going to do, about all the guns and all the shootings? Get rid of the fucking guns, morons, you fucking idiots. The point is, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to get too off topic here, but it's a good country. Got a lot of good coverage. But at the same time, you can just give me a phone call. You can, I had to waste my time going to, the post office there, picking up the mail. He teasing me that, like I thought I was going to win a contest, like I said. I mean, that's bullshit. We all like to get a package, but, not, for bullshit stuff like this. And, you could tell the guy's a puss, and like he didn't want to, face me and whatever. And this is important. Like he said he wanted to be my doctor for the next 3 months. If you have any questions, whatever, or I can, recommend you someone for, like your next doctor. Really? You're going to recommend me like one of your jerk off friends? Go fuck yourself. So, and then even afterwards, I had questions and whatever. The guy never responded, never picked up the messages, nothing. So you can't say that you're going to represent someone for 3 months, okay, still. And then afterwards, you're done. And then ignore them for 3 months. You always just say at that moment, we're done. Okay, I would have respected you a lot more. But again, this guy's a puss. He never gave a shit about, like, certain people, okay? I don't mean to play the race card or nothing, but let's just, I'm just saying, okay? I was in one room when he left. He went to, someone that, let's just say didn't look like me, okay? So just that's all I'm saying, okay? It doesn't look good. Doesn't look good, all right? Just saying. Now, trying to deal with all this shit, we have numbers and agencies that we can call in Canada, to recommend another doctor. And I didn't realize how tough it is right now in Toronto. Like I said, it is extremely fucked up in this city for so many reasons. The crime's going up, the conditions of the streets not good. More homeless people. And again, I'm sympathetic to that. I know. But at the same time, But I found, and this is the shocking thing, like since 2017, the population in Toronto was about 3.7 million, okay? In 6 years, okay, you ready for this? In 6 years, the population has gone up to roughly 3.7 to 7 million. 7 million. It's gone up over 3 million. I mean, now you would have thought after COVID and all the prices going up here, and I don't know, for some reason, like a pack of bagels at fucking Shoppers Drug Mart costs $5-6. And keep in mind that's without cream cheese. I don't know if people can afford rent. So you just assume more people are moving out of the city, not moving in. But apparently, more immigrants have come in, and it is way easier to get your citizenship here in Canada, of course, to compare to the States, And again, I don't care about that. I mean, Canada is a great country, We'll welcome everybody. But at the same time, this city has not prepared for everything that is just taken over, for all these extra people coming here. It's still the same amount of subways and streetcars out there. There's way more construction. I mean, if you take the public transit, there's some construction jobs. I mean, right now it's July. Some of these guys are not going to be finished till November. And of course, during the summertime, it's busy with, people still working and people going on vacation and touring. It's horrible. They haven't planned for any of this shit at all. And like I said, even as of this moment, we're still waiting for, the mayor-elect to officially go in there and, Well, I think maybe she just started or whatever. But for months we had nothing, and I don't know, because our last mayor or something, I don't know, someone, I don't know, probably blackmailed him or some shit allegedly. Who knows? But yeah, it's been absolutely crazy. I'm gonna go get sidetracked here, but I mean, that's one of the main things we gotta focus on here is just getting our shit together in Toronto. But it's you want to think that you can depend on a doctor. Like they go through. I'm just assuming a lot of these. Let's just be honest with ourselves. I mean, probably a lot of these doctors, growing up, they were more the nerdy kind. They probably didn't, get a lot of chicks growing up or whatever. And I'm not saying I did either, but at the same time, I didn't fucking bitch about it and whatever. You just man up and, go to the next one. You do your own thing, whatever in life. You learn from your mistakes. That's it. But I think a lot of these guys, I don't know, they feel they're self-entitled. They do this shit for like 10 years and then all of a sudden, I don't know, they think they can just treat people like shit and, like everything they say is just fucking gospel, and it's fucking pathetic. Like it really is. So I'm really ashamed of this doctor. I mean, I still am. I still got a lot of anger towards him. I think he's just a horrible person, absolutely horrible person. Obviously, I can't say his name because, I don't want to get in shit or sued because, I know this fucking jerk off and, the assistant there would probably sue my ass off, Well, I got two things for you. One, I ain't got nothing. And two, I'm not going to say the name, but I'm just going to say this. If you're ever in the East York, let's say East York, Scarborough bordering area, and if you're along Danforth and Dawes Road, and you're right in the corner there, and you happen to see, maybe a drugstore or, a certain bank there, right there, there might be some kind of fucking shitty doctor that started off all the way in the fucking basement, where he used to have fucking tape and plexiglass on his desk, looked like a fucking shitty bodegas. And then he moved all the way up to the top floor there, and, it's as high as his fucking head. So I'm just going to say, if you're ever in that specific area, you might want to stay away from any doctors that may or may not, or think they're fucking practicing their medical license. So there you go. Go fuck yourself. So, onward and upward. Trying to get a new doctor, okay? Which is always a beautiful pleasure, of course. You're starting over, doing all the paperwork, So, but in Canada, it's not that hard. It's just a long waiting list. Like I was saying before about the population, okay? So we got 7 million, roughly, give or take, in Toronto right now, okay? Since the last 6 years, that it's just skyrocketed the population, right? You can't blame them. It's a nice city. I mean, you don't want to go to the States, worrying about getting shot, by basketball players. And, you just want to, live a good and nice, simple life. Good health care, it's a good little area. Why not? I don't got to worry about this guy. No, excuse me. I might be president again. That is fucking scary too. I mean, that guy might be that fucking orange Malaka might be. Holy shit. But anyways, yeah. So why not move here? Okay, I get that. But 400,000 I've heard of people in Toronto. Okay, 400,000 people don't have an official family doctor. Okay, now if you go to a walk-in clinic, especially on a Monday or Tuesday, that shit is going to be packed. And, they might say they're closed at 5 o'clock, but they're going to stay open until 7, 8 o'clock. Okay, for sure. I mean, maybe they won't accept patients anymore, but they're going to keep people waiting and whatever. And again, God bless them. They're trying to see people, trying to make everybody happy. I get that. That's cool. No worries there. But, again, Toronto did not anticipate this problem of so many people coming in, the last, 6 years. And now people are just waiting, at random, doctor offices, and it sucks. Also, you got to be waiting on a certain, list as well. Depends if, you got a good background, you got your health card, everything checks out, whatever. I mean, it could take a while. It could take 6 months. It could take a year to get a doctor. Now, I was lucky. I mean, I applied for the last month or whatever, and I was able to get another doctor. Okay, and I was lucky to get one in my area. Okay, now, and I'm just gonna say this. I'm using the word lucky very loosely. Okay, because you're gonna see how lucky I am in the next little while here. So again, like I said, not that far from my house, which is all right. That's cool. Whatever. So I'm like, all right. That's it sounds good. Sounds like a good person, I guess. I don't know, who the fuck knows, whatever. But go there and check it out. So as soon as I go there, first of all, there's horrible directions. Horrible directions, okay? You could have told me it was inside a mall or a little mall outlet there. I'm looking for an office here. I'm just wandering around here. I don't know where the fuck I'm going here. Like, I literally had to cut through, I went through a drugstore. Then that drugstore went through like the little mall, whatever. And then finally it kind of split into like this, like 4 hallway, spear, octagon, whatever the fuck. I mean, I should have left a trail of breadcrumbs or something, but just so I don't get lost later. But I finally find the place, and you can tell it's under construction. They're still building the shit, whatever. I go in there, and like apparently they have, again, maybe they're just doing this to save money. They're shared. They're all paired up like with a whole bunch of other doctors, like. It's like, I don't know, 7 or 8 of these doctors got together and said, you know what, fuck it. We don't feel like paying rent. We don't feel like paying as much, whatever. So we're just going to all share one big office, and, you get some clients, you get some clients and whatever. So I'm lost at this point. I go in there. Of course, I go to the wrong desk. They go, it's this one next door here. I'm like, okay, yeah, of course it is. Fuck me. So I go there, and and I gotta mention this too. So the woman left me a message before, like, go in there at a certain time. Now, she this is where I'm gonna maybe sound bad or whatever, but listen, we've all suffered this fucking problem, okay? If you live in Canada, I guarantee you suffered this problem. So she left a message, and she has such like a thick accent. I couldn't understand the time. I thought she said 3:55, and even in my head, I'm like, who makes an appointment for 3:55? That's such a weird thing. And I'm like, and I go to her like, are you sure? Yes, 3, but it was really for 3:45. Now I was a bit late anyway because, again, like I mentioned, the TTC shit, and. So I go there, and it's like, I don't know, 4 o'clock. So I might have to think I'm going to wait 5 minutes, whatever. You'll see me in the next few minutes, And then she's like, fill out all this paperwork. I'm like, and they always do that too. They always tell you fill out this paperwork. And keep in mind, this is shit you already filled out online through emails and all that. For some reason, I don't know, doctors are, like I've heard of having like backup plans, but doctors will make you do like shit 3 times or something, like they don't give a fuck. I mean, so I'm filling out the same paperwork again, I'm filling this shit. I'm like, you still don't know my name. You still don't know my address. You don't know my number, although you just called it and, left me a muffled message, okay, fuck it. So I'm filling all this out, whatever, and I'm just, first of all, I'm sweating my ass off, okay? Because, I mean, again, I don't mean to sound like a wasp or nothing, and can you say that word anymore? Who cares? Fuck off. But, it's like a 30-degree day outside. Yeah, like buy a fucking fan, man. Like something. Okay, you can't afford AC. Fine, I get it. I can't live without AC. I got 2 of them. I don't care. Walmart, you're awesome. For the most part, I'm gonna talk about you fuckers in the future too. But the point is, it's still better than Target. It was a big disaster in Canada. The point is, you have patients waiting there for whatever. Get something. Get a fan. Whatever. Okay. So I'm sweating buckets. Being a big guy doesn't help either. But at the same time, hey, get something. Okay, I get it. But anyways, I'm there like 4 o'clock. I didn't see the guy till 4:45. Okay, so I'm waiting 45 minutes, and then I think just before she asked me to do my little Velcro heart monitor thing there. I mean, I don't know. I guess her eyesight's not that good. She can't tell that I'm out of shape or whatever. Yeah, because I'm sure my heart rate will be fine. But then she does it, and she says, "Oh, you have a heart rate of a young teenager." And I'm like, what? Like, how's that possible? I've always been told it's a little high and da-da-da, I'm like, okay, well, I guess the heat in, the office kind of calmed it down a bit. I mean, I don't know, whatever. But, and then as she finally puts me in the other room there, because, the doctors love to, fuck with you, move you, around like fucking Tetris. And, I go in the room there, and then, she's like, oh, well, she's giving me shit that I was late for 5 minutes. I'm like, excuse me, like I waited, I've been here, so you're gonna compare my 5 minutes to your 45? And she's like, yeah, okay, sure. I'm like, no, you don't change the subject on me. What the fuck, you fucked up, you admit you fucked up, and then she's like, oh, yeah, okay. And I go, hey, duh. And, I'm just trying to talk the stupid language. And then she disappears again, And I'm waiting in this room for like 10 minutes, I'm like the last person there, of course, fuck. Oh, and I'm looking at this room. I'm like, holy shit, this is not a well-kept room, ladies and gentlemen. It could have been better. It's I don't know. I had a, I don't know. I'm not saying I was never into the Saw franchise, but I don't know. I mean, that ending was bullshit. I mean, the guy got up at the end. Sorry if I ruined it for you, but trust me, I saved you like 2 hours. But anyways, it looks slightly better than that. So the guy comes in there, okay, and this guy. How do I put this? The name doesn't match him. Okay, so let's just, he looked like, I don't know, and, like for, what, for white people, I'm sorry, I don't know, I got nothing for you. But for black people, okay, listening, because I'm sure there's, a lot of them. He looks like the cop that constantly smokes on the TV show BMF. The one that 50 Cent produces there, which by the way, I heard 50 Cent only makes like $4 or $5 grand an episode or something like that. I don't know if through that one or the other show he did. I don't know. Like, Jesus, I mean, holy fuck! Like, good Lord, everyone's hurting after this. I mean, that's why we're gonna go into recession, and that's why we're all pissed off. But anyways, yeah. So it looks like that. So, but then picture him with like those nerdy glasses, those black glasses like the nerds used to wear on Saved by the Bell. Yeah, so he looks like that, and he comes in there, he's got his chest day, he's like, oh, walking around, like he's kind of, I don't know, he's kind of, I don't know, he's kind of got the attitude of like Booker T. I don't know if you know the wrestler there, the one that accidentally called Hulk Hogan the N-word. So, he sits down, hey, what's going on? I'm like, not much, I mean, fucking sweating my ass off for the last hour, I'm glad your day's great. So I go to him, I say, hey, listen, okay, so like I need a new doctor. I tell him all this shit from my old doctor. Like he would walk out of, the room when I'm there, he never answered my phone calls. And he's like, wow, that's weird. You should report him, I'm like, hey, bro, I'm old school. I'm not going to report the guy, I'm just going to make an angry podcast. So, we're talking there, and like it's an all right talk. He's like, okay, he sees all the medications I'm on, because I mean, look at me, and he's like, okay, we're gonna help you out here. My goal is to get you off all these medications. So in my head, I'm like, oh, fuck, this guy's he's fucking nuts. I mean, no one's gonna help me. I mean, I don't know. Like one of the main things I have is type 2 diabetes. I mean, that's for life. So obviously you're not gonna get rid of that. I don't know. All of a sudden he thinks he's fucking Houdini. And he's like, well, what do you do to work out? I'm like, well, besides my many spin classes, I run marathons, and I'm like seriously, I don't do anything. I do my stretches because arthritis, and I think I'm the first person in history to be 41 and officially have arthritis. But we're gonna talk about that another day. MRIs, those are always fun. So, and then he goes, well, you know what you should do. Yeah, I'm like, oh, yeah. What, doctor? What should I do? I'm pins and needles here. You should buy an exercise bike. I go, excuse me? Buy an exercise bike. Just have that in the house. Buy a cheap one on Amazon and do that for a half hour. So at this point, I'm just assuming he's like fucking with me. I'm like, dude, come on. Like what are we doing here? Just here are my prescriptions. Put them towards the drugstore, so I don't have to worry every 3 months on whatever. Which is a whole other fucking thing. Last time I went there, I have to get like a certain amount of pills. They gave me half, then they filled them up again. Then there was half of that, and forget it. It's drugstores are, I understand they're stressed and, but this one's really bad. Shopper's drug mart. The point is, at this point, I'm just like, okay, you know what? Maybe he's got good intentions. Maybe I'm just bitter from the last doctor. Maybe it's one of those things that's just going to take a couple tries and maybe I'll learn to love this guy. Maybe this guy can actually help me. He's bald too. Why not? Maybe it's some club I'm not aware of. But anyways, so a few weeks go by, and of course I get sick because it's a lovely summer, and sore throat, everything. I think I had a bad reaction to Ozempic, which again I'm definitely gonna make a podcast about those fuckers. Holy shit! Oh Ozempic, you fucked me. You are fucking assholes. Ozempic, fuck you. If I had to pay for this shit, it would have cost me $700, but it didn't because it was covered by HoHip. Thank you. Second City classes are really paying off. So, I go, you know what, let me just, because he wanted to see me in the next little while. I'm like, let me pay this guy a visit. I don't know, maybe you can give me some hairstyling tips. So again, I go there, no AC. I don't know, I go there. The woman has no idea I had an appointment there. She called me before. She said, just show up at a certain time or before a certain time and you'll be fine. Oh boy, was she wrong. So I go there and, again, didn't have to wait as long, but again, no AC. It sucks, man. I'll tell you, listen. I know how much doctors make, okay? I know you fuckers can afford AC, okay? And if you're gonna, do the whole frat house doctor thing, like in your office, I think you guys can pitch in a few extra bucks every month to, get some cold air pumping, okay? Come on. Cheap fucks. So, I'm there. And, again, going to the little office there. The same one, by the way. The same one. So, I assume, whatever. Oh, sorry. Before I go there, she did the whole weighing thing, the heart rate thing, whatever. But this time she asked me to take off my shoes. I don't know why. The first time she didn't. The second time she wanted me to take off my shoes. I go, listen, it's a fucking doctor's office. I'm not gonna. I'm skeeving out already here. Seeing some of the patients go in and out here. I'm not gonna fucking take off my shoes. What are you, nuts? And then I'm like, listen, at least put some paper towel down. She's like, oh, you serious? I'm like, yeah, I'm serious. Yeah. I sound Swedish there. I don't know why. The point is, it's, come on, use your head. Okay. I know you guys don't give a shit about if people get sick, but I do. Okay. Put some paper towel down. I'll jump on that. And there you go. Cause I'm sure that'll make a huge fucking difference, which it didn't. I'm still a fat ass. And, I leave there, whatever. And then go into the other room. I'll go in there. So like I said, same room. This fucking guy, okay, again, so again, I'm describing the character on BMF there. By the way, look him up. He's a good actor. I've seen him in other things as well. But he literally came in as that person, like from the show. Like he came in all angry and bitter and shit. And again, maybe I'm the last person there or whatever for the day. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck is your problem? I didn't say that, but I'm just thinking that in my head. Like he's all angry. He's got a big scowl on his face. Like, I haven't said anything to him yet. And like he doesn't say hello, whatever. Like he just sits down and he goes, so why are you here? I go, excuse me? He goes, why are you here? You don't look sick. I go, well, first of all, it's hello. It's good to see you too. Yeah, I'm here because I got a sore throat. I think I had a bad reaction to the Ozempic. I was wondering if you can give me some medication or whatever, just something to check me out. He goes, no, I don't have to check you out. I go, what? He goes, no, I don't have to check you. You look fine. I don't understand why you come in and waste my time. You're just sitting here and, there's clearly nothing wrong with you. And I go, so you're not going to prescribe anything? He goes, have some honey. I'm going to repeat that, ladies and gentlemen. He said, have some honey. So not only is this guy a dick, but he's somehow looks at me and he thinks I'm Winnie the Pooh. I need honey. That'll fix everything. He goes, yeah, it'll be good for your throat. And also, again, keep in mind, I am a diabetic. Okay, so it's basically like having a coke problem for life. But then the doctor says, well, to cure that and get off that, why don't you try heroin? What? Honey? First of all, you know how expensive honey is. Second, that's not covered by OHIP. And third, you didn't do anything. You just sat there. You're all pissed off and shit. He's like, I don't have to do this. I don't have to put up with this. And he just gets up and leaves. I'm sitting there. I got my hands out like, the fuck just happened? Like, what, like, I'm yelling. I'm like, hey, like, are you coming back or no? Like, and I have no idea if the guy's coming back. I'm sitting there. I have no idea what the fuck just happened. Like, the guy was really. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Maybe him and his white girlfriend had a fight. I don't know. But something happened before, clearly. And of course, lucky me, I get to inherit it. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I leave the room. I see him just kind of going up and down the thing, and he's looking at his clipboard or pretend to, actually work or whatever. And then I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, you did nothing. I mean, you're not going to check my heart rate or not check my heart rate. Just do something. Pretend you're an actual doctor. Pretend you actually care. And he goes, well, there's nothing wrong with you. I checked you out. I'm like, no, you didn't. You didn't do anything. So we're arguing in like the little hallway there. I'm the last person there. I think the secretary is like laughing her ass off because she probably sees this every like 10 minutes with this guy. And also keep in mind too, I brought up the whole American thing. And the first time I met up with him, like he said this whole thing that like he used to have a practice in America and then he came here for whatever. And so I'm convinced at this point this guy probably got reported and probably lost his license in the States. And now he's like, fuck it. I'm like I'm gonna go to Canada and I don't know, bang some chubby white chicks. And something's up. Something's up. Something is definitely up. And again, like I'm like, dude, just check me out. 2 seconds. That's it. I'm here. You and keep in mind they made the appointment. They wanted me to come in. Whatever. I'm like, cool. Whatever. And he's like, oh, fine. I'll check you out. And then like again, he's all angry, talking to himself. And he rips off his white coat, grabs his knapsack, and then he starts going down the hallway past me. And he literally just left after saying again for the second time, I will check you out. Okay, fine. And he just left. And I don't know if he's coming back or not. The secretary's there. She fucking grabs her shit. She gets out. And I'm just standing there in the middle of the waiting area. No one else is there. Like the lights are off in the hallway there. I'm blown away. I am blown away. I've never experienced this ever in a work atmosphere. Doctors, nothing. I'm just sitting there I'm standing there stunned. Okay, keep in mind, like the office again is like split in half. So it's like some doctors this way, like all the other guys left on his side that he was on, but then the other side is still hopping. They still have a couple secretaries there, and the one guy's waiting there, some old guy, whatever, and like I look at him, he looks at me like dude, this is fucked up. Like he's just like what's going on here? Like he shrugs his shoulders too. He doesn't know what the hell's going on either. So. And keep in mind, again, like, they must leave their office like wide open. They don't even bother to lock it. They don't make sure that everyone's out. Like I'm out. They just left. So imagine, like, let's say if like you invite someone over or to your house, and you're like, okay, yeah, we're gonna hang out. Wait here. They leave, and you're still in that person's house. Like, and again, like they left all the shit on, the computers, the lights, and well, except for one part that, but in the kitchen area, whatever. There, I think it was closed anyway. But I'm just standing there, like I can't believe this is actually happening. And this is what, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have to put up with now in doctors in Toronto. Like this is fucking crazy. And I gotta assume like it's like this in other places in the world too. But like, I mean, standards have just gone down, and it's just insane. Like I'm stunned. Like I really, I'm still stunned. Even talking about it right now, I was like, I mean, I was still in the office. Like that would like everything's open. Like I mean, I could go into like the woman's desk there, take all her shit, and just leave. I could, chill there for the next hour, and nobody would give a fuck. And I even go next door to the secretary there. I'm like, what's going on here? Like, did he really leave? And she's like, yeah, he left. He's going to the parking lot. I'm like, what the fuck do you want me to do? Chase him down? Like, and she's like, no, don't do that. I didn't plan on actually doing that, you dummy. But I'm just blown away by it. I'm blown away. And this is what's going on in Toronto right now. And this is why people are waiting in waiting areas for like whatever, like up to like 6-7 hours. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, don't even get me started on the hospital. Well, I already talked about in the previous Your Thoughts one. But guys, like, what is going on? I mean, this guy he just left. He didn't give a fuck. I mean, clearly this guy must have been reported or something, and he didn't want to like get into another altercation maybe. Something definitely went down in the States for sure. Like that I'm convinced of for sure. And like he got like really angry and shit. And you can tell this guy's like a real hardcore American. Like he had like a American flag patch on his knapsack, and I mean this guy, you can tell he's got that angry mentality. And man, it is fucking crazy. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I still can't believe it. So I called him a few times, I'm like, dude, are you coming back? And I had a feeling he wasn't coming back. I just said, man, I'm not doing this. This is crazy. I don't want you as my doctor anymore. And that's it. Like, I mean, so hopefully he actually gets this message. But yeah, it is. Holy shit. It's fucking crazy. I mean, I felt like, I mean, like when I was by myself there, I literally felt like, seeing Home Alone where, I don't know, they realized they forgot Kevin, and he wakes up, he's like, hello, mom, dad. Like, I was like, where is everybody? What the fuck happened? Like, what? Jesus Christ. I mean, it's crazy. So now I consider this strike 2. Well, technically strike 3, because I had a very shitty Greek doctor around Pape and Danforth area there. There's an office next to the A&W. Again, I'm not going to say his name, but stay away from that crazy fuck. I mean, he looks like fucking Dr. Wily from Mega Man, but you can put the clues together on that one. But yeah, I mean, and that guy's a fucking idiot. I mean, he would literally enter the room like Kramer, I mean, not like, like saying, racist shit, but like it made me wait for an hour and a half, and then he would like, oh, you okay? And then I'm like, whoa, come back, I'm not done. And then he would give me the look like I have the problem. I don't know. So I'm assuming now, like a lot of these doctors, like they just leave early because I don't know, maybe something is on fire, something, I don't know, they got some bad news or something and they got to go. Like they're constantly in a rush. I don't know, like these doctors, I don't know. It's just, it's crazy. So I don't know. All I could say was this doctor is, he's located, technically, well, it's like kind of East York, Scarborough-ish as well. I mean, there's a lot of weird borders we have. I mean, at one point in a certain area, like around Victoria Park there's like a red hydrant and a yellow hydrant. very close to each other, because technically one is in East York, one is in Scarborough. I don't know if other cities have this stupid problem, but the point is, this guy's along the, like O'Connor Road. He's very close to the Peak Friends outlet, which, by the way, if you're ever in the East York area, go there. You'll get some good discounts on cookies. Unlike this dickhead, you will never be disappointed when you go there. So stay away from those three areas. That's the best advice I can give you for, bad doctors. But I mean, it is just, this is fucking crazy, So now I gotta go on the hunt, to get another doctor who can actually, answer questions, not leave a room, and hopefully is not, running from the law from America, and may or may not be, or hopefully is a Canadian citizen. So, ladies and gentlemen, your thoughts. Part 4.
Hello? Mom? Dad? Mom? Dad? Where are you guys?
Someone called for a doctor?